Hey, traders, what's happening? This is your boy, Fake Sam. No, I don't talk like that. I'm just trying to kind of break the ice there and to see how it's going. I wanted to make a quick video. I'm just driving around, got nothing to do, and I wanted to talk about, just the whole idea of trading and what's happening and how it's supposed to be and how it is. Okay, we'll make it really simple. How it's supposed to be and how it is. The way trading was supposed to be was that you buy a stock and you think that the stock is undervalued, and you hold the stock for a few months, a few years, depending on what stock it is. If it's Coke, like Warren Buffett, you hold it for a few decades and you just keep going. Now, that's a nice way to make money, but the way to make money from that is you gotta have a lot of money. If you don't have any money, then you're in trouble. You're gonna have a problem. It's because by the time that, let's just say you have $1,000, you put that into a Coke or an Apple or whatever the case might be. In a decade, if you're lucky, you might be able to turn that into $10,000 if you're lucky. But if you wait, in 10 years, if you can make $10,000, it's not gonna do you much. I mean, it's something that you can put in and forget about, and then 10 years later look at it and say, wow, I have $10,000. But whatever the value of the $1,000 was 10 years ago, or the $10,000 was 10 years ago, is the same value that $1,000 is gonna have, when it becomes 10,000. So you really don't have a lot. Now, that's obviously not the way we want to go. The other option for trading and how it's become is you trade. You day trade, right? So what you're doing is, or you swing trade. Swing trade means holding a stock for 5 to 10 days, sometimes 15 to 20 days, depending on who you are, how you define it. Everyone has a different definition of it, but that's that. And then you got day trading, which is like, you buy a stock for a few minutes and you sell it. So the problem that people have is they are trying to swing trade at the time they're supposed to be day trading. So what that means is that when you're day trading, you're supposed to be holding a stock for just a few minutes, but you end up holding it for a few days. And the problem is that the stocks that move up big and they make big moves, those stocks don't continue to go higher. They continue to drop. And the big moves are not real moves. They're just pumps. They're just, at times, they are an indication of a possible uptrend, the beginning of a possible uptrend. But I would say that at least, 7 out of 10 times is just a pump, where, people that are day trading are, moving a stock higher so they can sell it at a higher price. Everybody's jumping on board, everybody's getting in, and that's why we have that. So that's the problem. So it's like being on a treadmill, right? Day trading is like the treadmill running at 50 kilometers an hour, and swing trading is, the treadmill running at 25 kilometers an hour, right? So if you get on the treadmill trying to swing trade while the speed is set for day trading, you are most likely going to fall because your feet aren't moving fast enough to keep up with the treadmill. You're probably going to slip, land on your face, and that's probably what happens a lot of the times. So it's your responsibility to understand the difference between day trading and swing trading. And why you end up losing a lot of money is because for day trading, people are trying to get in and out for within a matter of 15 to 20 minutes max, right? Let's just say even 5 and 10 minutes at times. And there are people that are called scalpers, which are getting out within a few seconds. Scalpers are usually, majority of the scalpers are the people that have 15 100, 2,000, 2,500, 5,000 people in their chat rooms. So what they'll do is they know that, a stock is sitting at $3.50. They know that they can buy it at $3.15 and possibly get out at $3.60 with, 10,000 shares, because they have, 1,500 to 5,000 people coming in after them, which is millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars coming in after them. So they're guaranteed to get that push. So they'll keep scalping. So they'll just make that, 5-cent profit, 10-cent profit, without a real indication as to why the stock is moving or why it should move in the first place. The reality is that that's the world that we live in now, and you have to adapt. Otherwise, there are problems. I don't scalp. AC trader who works with us, he doesn't scalp. We don't scalp. We have scanners set up which show us the lines of where the stock is headed. So it tells us a future projection of what the stock could possibly do. Now, the future predictions are about 75% correct. So out of every 4 stocks that we trade, 3 of them will be correct, 1 of them will not be correct. And these indicators or scanners or future predictors, whatever you want to call them, are something that we designed ourselves. So it's not like we found something on the market, we bought it and we're using that to, trade for ourselves. We worked hard on it. We programmed it. We trained it. We made it better. We continue to make it better so it can give us better predictions. Now, I can guarantee you one thing. These scalpers are not using anything like that. Anything as even half as sophisticated as that. Because they don't need to. They have, tens of millions of dollars coming in after them, after they buy. So they're guaranteed for the stock to move up. So now, this is the best part. So let's just say you have $50,000 in your trading account, right? And you buy, and you have, margin. So you're sitting at about $200,000 worth of trading. On average, you normally get that much if you have $50,000. So you can use about $100,000 and buy a stock for $100,000, and the stock can go up, 5 cents, right? And you're gonna walk away saying, "Hey guys, look at me, man! I just made, $5,000." It's very easy to do that, and people do that, and it's very easy to get caught up in that, and you do end up getting caught up in it, and then you're just like, "Oh, damn!" You realize that a few years later that you were just a sheep, and you were being used to manipulate the stock pricing to move the price higher, rather than being in the stock. Right now you're thinking you're getting in before everyone else, but you're not. You're getting in actually very, very, very last, because by the time you receive the alert and you've actually made your call, you're pretty much the last person to get in. And God forbid your name starts with a Z, where you're probably gonna get the alert last. So it's very important that happens. And then obviously there was a huge drop in a stock, which was not a day trade. Just somebody can come to me and say, "Hey buddy, I don't know what you're talking about, because I got into a stock yesterday or a week ago, whatever the case might be, and it dropped like 90% or 70% or 50%. Now, of course, that stuff does happen, and you have to have experience. You have to have, you have to have somebody train you that has been doing this for a pretty long time, that can tell you what's going on. So basically, RTTR is a stock that dropped, I think, 70 to 80% overnight. Now, a lot of people on Twitter, StockTwist, crying, whining, why did you get into it in the first place? Nobody knows. Nobody has an idea. Nobody has a clue why they got in. This thing was waiting. It had not reset. Reset meaning it had not become oversold yet. So it had to become oversold in order to become attractive to the people that have the big money to reinvest into the stock. Now, this is a different scenario because it had bad news. I mean, a drug failed, whatever the case might be. But you imagine, the people that are buying right now, they're thinking they're getting a deal and a half, but if this was a $100 stock and it dropped to $33, definitely I'm buying as much as I can, no problem. But the fact that the matter is that the stock was around $1, it dropped to 33 cents. I'll tell you what's going to happen now. The stock is going to drop. It's going to trade between 30 and 50 cents for maybe the next few months. After the few months have gone by, the stock is going to keep dropping towards zero. It's going to get closer to 10 cents, 5 cents, 3 cents, or maybe even get down to maybe 15 to 10 cents as well. It's going to stay around that area for a long time until they get a notice from the NASDAQ saying, hey, you know what? You're not allowed to be under $1 for a very long time. You've been under $1 for a very long time. What are you going to do about it? They're going to pull out a reverse split. They're going to do a reverse split where the stock is going to go from probably 10 cents to $5 or $3, whatever the case might be. And whatever money you have in that stock right now is going to be gone. So this is how you go from a $25,000 account to zero, because you had $25,000 in there and you lost about 75%. Let's just say you're sitting at about $7,500. That $7,500, when the stock drops from 33 cents to, let's just say, $1,650, that becomes $3,750. When this stock does a reverse split and it goes to $3 and it comes back down after the reverse split to about I would say at least $1.50 before it's pumped up again, you've lost another 50%. So you went from $37.50, you went down, so you're sitting at about 36, so 1875-ish, around there. You go from 25,000 to 7,500 to 3,750 to 1875-ish, and at that point you sell the damn thing and you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna gamble this away, because what's $1,875? So that's what happens. And the reality of the situation is you can control that. You can stop putting yourself in these predicaments. You can get out of these situations before they happen to you, and all you need to do is find somebody that's experienced and understands how to deal with these things. Is very, very, very doable. So stop playing games with yourself. Stop playing games with your family's, savings. Stop messing around with your life. There's an opportunity to fix this. Nobody's gonna be as direct as I am, mainly because they're too afraid of pushing you away as a possible, customer. I don't give a damn about that. I don't care if you become a customer or not. It doesn't matter to me. My main focus is trading. Anything after that is extra. And at the end of the day, if I can help even one person out of the hundreds of, thousands of traders out there, if I can help, because I think about this scenario every single day, and I'm just like, man, think about it, like, it's nuts. There are people losing their life savings on one stock, and that is extremely stressful. It's scary, man. So then every day I think about it, I'm like, what am I doing about it? I know this is happening, what am I doing about it? And then I say, man, you know what, I want to make a video, nobody's going to watch it, so what's the point? And then I thought about it, and I said, I'm going to have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on advertisement to get the message across to everybody. But then I said, if I can make one good, genuine, video from my heart, maybe somebody will share it with a friend, with another trader. Maybe they'll use it themselves. And if I can save one person from destroying their life savings, I have accomplished my goal. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I don't know if I've been able to cover everything. If I have not covered everything, you can always email me. I have my phone number. My personal cell phone number is on our website. You can call me at any time. If you're stuck, you're in trouble, you can talk to me. And I swear to you, this has nothing to do with being a customer. So you don't owe me anything. The only thing is you're helping me feel less anxious about the fact that people are destroying their life savings. And I won't have to think about that. When you call me, or when you email me, or when you reply to when you post a comment under this video, what you're doing is you're making me not think about this situation anymore, because it's telling me that I have done something about it. I can take it easy, I can relax, because I think about it every single day. And I don't think about it just once, I think about it multiple times with every trade, every stock that tanks. And I'm like, oh my lord, somebody just got robbed here, and I could have done something. So there you go, I've done something. Hopefully this helps you. Hopefully this is the best 15 minutes ever. There is a way to refrain yourself from getting into stocks that are going to tank 30, 50, 70%, and you just got to go out and find the right person to help you with that. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully this helps you.